season. 'Tis the season of giving. I love it, but also the season of COVID still. So we're going to talk about COVID. I don't like talking about COVID, people. I don't, but it's here and it's not going away. And there's a couple points I want to make. I'm on call, coming to the end of my week on call, and I got no fewer than 5 calls since Wednesday night of pregnant patients with COVID. And again, varying degrees of vaccines. None were triple vaccinated, meaning none had had their booster yet, either because they weren't yet in the window or they just hadn't yet done it. A couple were not vaccinated at all. All people I really love. Like, this is not a judgment on personality. This is not a political discussion. This is merely a medical discussion based on me being a physician who does not profit from the vaccine. By the way, none of us as doctors profit from the vaccine. If anything, we would profit more from patients getting sick with COVID because we would have more patients to bill, but we don't want that. So again, as I said before, just question, if you're questioning the vaccine from a conspiracy theory point of view or a safety perspective, ponder aloud for yourselves or to yourselves internally, why would all of these doctors be getting it themselves, be giving it to their children, and be encouraging themselves or any of their pregnant family members or best friends to get vaccinated during COVID? So the interesting little nuggets that I want to drive home, like yesterday, one of my delightful patients who didn't have COVID, she was 27 weeks pregnant at the hospital because we were making sure she didn't have preeclampsia, which is that entity where you have high blood pressure, protein in your urine. So she had some symptoms. She was at the hospital. I have known this delightful woman truly since I was in the clinic about 19 years ago. So it was actually just so wonderful to have known her for 19 years. She is wonderful, kind, sound, but like many, unfortunately, has heard that the vaccine can cause harm. Now, she's clearly heard of this, not from medical entities, because there is no evidence that the vaccine would cause harm. In fact, there's a lot of evidence that it will protect you against COVID, period. Certainly, it will protect you against severe COVID. And therefore, if you are pregnant, it will protect your innocent child, okay? Now, I said to her, I don't want to be scary, because she said, Doc, should I get the vaccine? Like, I'm scared of getting the vaccine because I keep hearing from other people that it's not safe. And she said, do you think I should get it? And I said, well, here's the truth. You've known me long enough. I don't want to be the scary doctor who's like, hell yeah, you should. But as I say all the time, if you were my sister, I'd make you do it. And she said, no, Doc, scare me. I feel like you should tell me. What should I do? And that's hard for me, guys, because as you know, I really rail against being the scary doctor. I don't ever want to say I told you so. I don't want to be like, well, if I said so, you should do it. I don't want to be dogmatic. I want to collaborate. I want to encourage. I want to be able to lead with not only examples, but with ideas that are based not on fear, but on education. And yet she wanted it. So I said, here's the truth. There is zero doubt from data that we have that pregnant women who get COVID have a higher risk of preeclampsia, we think, preterm labor, and recently data came out about intrauterine fetal demise. Now, overall, I can be comforting and say the vast majority of patients who are pregnant with COVID, they themselves and their babies will be okay. And okay does not mean that they won't have preeclampsia or they won't deliver early, but that ultimately they'll still be okay. That said, they will be better off if they get the vaccine. So there's zero doubt in my mind, zero, that if any of you out there were my sister or my daughter or my best friends, I would make you get the vaccine to the degree that I can make anyone do anything. So if you're pregnant out there and you are questioning it and you are wondering if it is going to cause harm to you or your fetus, please know this. We are comparing COVID in pregnancy to vaccine in pregnancy. We're not comparing COVID in pregnancy to no COVID. If you have the secret sauce to figuring out how to not get COVID, please tell us all. But believe it or not, the only secret sauce is isolate yourself and allow no one in, which would be impossible. So short of that, again, we're not comparing COVID to no COVID. We're comparing COVID and its known side effects to the vaccine and its known side effects. And hands down, the vaccine is going to win. Now, there's a lot of other influencers out there who are saying things like, oh, listen to the this is the conspiracy theory. Listen, the government told you if you got the vaccine, that was our way out. But now look, the vaccine is happening and people are still getting COVID, and now there's even variants like Omicron. And I cry foul. That's bullshit. The bottom line is we, as healthcare professionals and the government and the powers that be who have studied the vaccine said, if we all get vaccinated and we really reach herd immunity, then we're going to do better and we're going to be more likely to get out of this. But we're not there. because there are still huge percentages of people in America and certainly outside of America who are not vaccinated. So it's not as though what we said was wrong. It's that what we have said has not been widely accepted yet. Okay? We do not want COVID to happen. No healthcare professional wants COVID to happen. It sucks. It ruins our flow in the office. It makes us have to wear all kinds of things we don't want to wear when we go into patients' rooms. It is not good for us. It's not good for the community. It's not good for anybody. So please consider get your COVID vaccine. It's necessary. And again, guidelines now say if you are over 50 with any comorbidities, please get the booster. And if you are under 50 but over age 18, then you can get it. So the vernacular is you should get it if you're over 50 with any comorbidities. And if you're over 18, you can get it. So if you can get it, go get it.